Sorry about sorry about that. I was running out of time. But there are some fans that, whether they want to admit it or not, that want to see Eric realize his dream and get together with Ivana, and they want Vanna to kind of realize that Eric is the one for her. Now, I don't know what happens when the series ends because apparently there's an episode or a mini episode called Graduation Days. That's DAZE. So we don't know what happens as we get close to that. Some people that may have seen the episode know what I'm talking about. Know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. But anyway, trying not to make this any longer than 2 parts. Basically, fans want to see this. Now, according to several sources, Wikipedia being one of them, as the series progresses, Vanna becomes more affectionate, shows a little bit more affection towards Eric, according to what Wikipedia and several sources have said. Now, several others have not mentioned that. Some people at the Sidekick, because it too even has its own Wikipedia site, the Sidekick Wikipedia site, have taken that out of her profile on their Wikipedia, on the Sidekick Wikipedia site. They've taken what Wikipedia, the main Wikipedia article on it says. They've taken out the whole, oh, she shows affection towards him towards the end. People have taken that out instead of keeping it in. So again, this is one of the reasons you have Mandy, you have Kitty Ko added to that equation because they want to make it more interesting and intriguing to get Vanna and Eric back. Vanna and Eric together. That's what they want to see. No matter how people may view it, if they agree with it or not. There's a lot of fans that, listening to what I'm saying right now, would agree with that and say, yeah, that's why this is happening. That's why you had Mandy added. That's why you had Kitty Ko right off the bat, admit that she has a crush on the main character. You want to get them together. It's because you want to get Vanna and Eric together. It's kind of like how, no matter how fans look at it or feel about it, it's kind of the whole Sonic Sally situation. A lot of fans wonder why Sonic is always ending up with another girl, whether it's a Fiona Fox or it's a Bunny Rabbit, and I'm not. I repeat, I am not counting that whole Scourge impersonation deal. But like I said, with a Fiona Fox or a Bunny Rabbit, just briefly, or even an Amy Rose, and why Sally at times ends up with people like, let's say, a Jeffrey St. John or Monkey Khan, or whoever they decide next to be her escort or her potential boyfriend. The reason they do that is to create the intrigue and interest because they know there's a lot of fans out there that want to see Sonic and Sally together. They want to see them back together as a couple. That's why you see them being courted and going around with these other characters because you want to build interest and intrigue towards fans wanting to see those two get back together. All right, it's kind of like how some fans would say, let's see, well, how would I view this? It's kind of like the whole, SpiderMan, Mary Jane situation right now, post One More Day, and even before that, you would have Mary Jane going with this person and Peter Parker going with this person and da 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 da, and even like I say, post One More Day, you would have the same thing. And yet, it's all a goal to create intrigue and interest for you because you, no matter whether you admit it or not, you want to see those two get together. That's what you want to see. There are several instances in animation. I can't think of some of the shows right now where this has happened, and it's all because they want to create intrigue and interest to see the two main characters that you want to see, that they're focusing on, and they know you want to see, and you admit in a sense you want to see happen. You want to see become a couple. You want to see get together. And again, no matter how you slice it or you dice it, that's what you want to see. Same with Superman and Lois Lane, or Superman and Wonder Woman. No matter what obstacles and who you put them with, every now and then you want to see Clark, get together with Diana, or you want to see Clark get together with Lois, no matter what the reality of the universe or whatever. It's that kind of intrigue. This is something that has happened since the beginning of time with these kind of stories. Or whether in animation, comic books, whatever. It's something that's been going on, and it's all about creating that intrigue and that interest and intrigue that makes you want to see, that makes you want to get invested and want to see those two main characters, get together finally and go right off into the sunset. It's that kind of intrigue that hooks you in, and makes you want to see that, makes you want to say, I want to see it. Stop jerking us around. A crazy example, believe it or not, is Garfield. Since the beginning, John has always pursued Liz. Has always pursued Liz, and for years he pursued her, and years and years and years. And yeah, she knows he has affection for her, and at times she threw that affection back at him. She showed it back to him, if you will. She knew all that, but yet it was never really fully committed, full on. And then finally, according to what Jim Davis said, they did a poll asking what is it they wanted to see the most in Garfield, and the fans said, give John a life. Give him a purpose. Give him a life. Stop jerking him around. And finally, after doing so, you can thank Garfield the movie, whether you like it or not. John got his life. He got his dream. He got his reality after everything he had gone through. After every other girl he dated, and after every other kind of guy Liz probably dated, you finally got John Arbuckle and Liz Wilson together. See, that is what, and that was one of the main reasons people kept tuning in to Garfield, kept reading the comic strips, kept watching the shows and the specials, because that is what they wanted, and they got it. There's a lot of fans right now that are petitioning and saying, hey, get Shaggy and Daphne back together, because that's meant to be. That needs to be. Heck, there were fans clamoring when the Looney Tunes show came out, clamoring for Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny to get together. And finally, you get towards the end of the first season, and it happened. You put them through obstacles, yes, but it happened. The fact is, it's all about intrigue and interest and pulling you in. That is why you always have these fourth wheels, third wheels added to the equation. That's why you have these three-ways and four-way romantic that's why you have these romantic triangles or romantic square ways or whatever you want to call it, because of the fact that it creates intrigue and interest for you, because it mainly makes you want to see the main character and the main love interest that the character is aiming for, and vice versa, get together. That's why it happens. That's why it happens. And I know some people are going to watch this two-part video and they're going to say, I disagree with you. And fine, disagree with me. I'm okay with that. But the truth of the matter is, in my opinion, this is why it happens. This is why. And again, you can disagree with me all you want, and that's fine. Do your own response, if you will. But to me, I know, matter of fact, I know this for a fact, that when you look at a show like Sidekick, the reason Mandy, as much as popular and as fun as she is, the reason Kitty Ko gets added in is because to create that intrigue and interest for Vanna and to see Vanna and Eric get together. Same with Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible. You put them with different people every now and then. Guess what? It's all because of that intrigue, that interest, because you, and the fans know this for a fact, you want to see them together. And guess what happened? You got what you wanted. You got what you wanted. And the list could go on and on and on. But the thing is, whether we like to admit it or not, whether we want to come out on camera and admit it or not, we know it's true. We know that's the reason we have these romantic triangles, these romantic four-way squares, whatever. It's because of that intrigue and interest to see the main character and his main love interest get together and ride off into the sunset. That's the main reason. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'll talk to you all later.